Alright, so first question.
Talk to me.
What gave you the idea to think of this name, Loyalty Apparel?
What made me name my brand Royalty Apparel? The main thing I would say, people nowadays don't realize what you are as a person, especially us being black. On top of that, so I want to remind the community itself of what you are. That's why the word royalty is in big letters or just about everything you see that we wear. It don't matter what kind of design I got, that's going to be on there to remind you that you're a king or you're a queen, that you have more things to do with your life than the basic necessity that you would take for every day. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. What inspired you to start your clothing line?
I always been drawing and shit like that, so itself, I wanted to build something that established generational wealth. And I'm not saying that clothes ain't really my passion, because clothes is my passion for sure. I always dress. You gotta get dressed anywhere it goes. And I feel as though I might as well put something together that I really like myself instead of just going in the store picking something just because I got to pick something. I feel more passionate about something that I actually sat down and made on my iPad for hours. That way, that makes more sense to me to spend money on my own stuff and invest in other people's stuff. I've always been selling stuff, selling shoes, shit like that. It's always been a passion for me. So I was like, I might as well just make my own clothes at this point.
Gotcha. And with your creative thought process, how did you come up with the theme behind your designs?
My main design right now is my Glee tee. And I always had goals in my mind since like I was about 18. I got my first pair of 6 tops. And people look at a young man with gold and just automatically assume, oh, he a thug, he a drug dealer. But gold itself is one of the most valuable pieces of property on earth right now. And the fact that you can wear it in your mouth to show what you got going on, it just means a whole lot more to me. And I want to change the narrative behind how you look at a black man with flashy jewelry, gold, stuff like that. That's why I smack it on the front of the tee and put my name in front of it. You know what I'm saying? So everything that I design, it's not just, that look good, I'll go with it. It's a whole drawn out process. I actually draw this stuff. Like, it all starts from a thought in my head. It's not that I got a specific process. Like I can be going through the day and I see something or hear a song that I like, and that's inspiration to me to go home and make something out of it. You know what I mean?
Gotcha. So besides urban streetwear, how should people feel when they buy your clothing brand?
I want people to be inspired to make somebody else they feel better. That's the main goal behind the brand. And so, like, in reality, I'm trying to get to the youth out here and change their narrative on how they do things on a daily basis. So I want you to feel like you better than what you were when you put these clothes on. You know what I'm saying? Feel good and look good at the same time. If you get a chance to meet me, I say that every time I spit my stuff out, like, welcome to the royalty booth, where we make you feel good and look good at the exact same time. Like, that's the main goal. I want you to feel better and be inspired to do better after you done spend, for example, $120 for a suit like this. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. I like that. So, being in the clothing industry, what challenges have you faced while building your brand? How have you overcome them?
Real talk, I'm not the most popular person. So it's really, I wouldn't say really, it was hard for me at first to get my brand out there to other people. Well, I'll rephrase that. I thought it was hard at first to get my brand out there to other people. But once I really learned how to start marketing and getting it in front of people, that really was my first big obstacle. Making content and getting my clothes out there. Like, I didn't really have a problem doing pop-ups and stuff like that, because I'm a salesman at heart. I can talk all day, but besides that, on like social media, I would say that was one of my biggest obstacles. Social media alone. But I'm not a really big social person, ironically.
Gotcha. And to add on to that, who is your target audience and how do you connect with them?
My target audience that I want to speak to, I would say, is the youth. Because right now, especially where I'm from, kids out here lost. Lost as hell. They don't know what they want to do when they grow up, what they want to do with their life tomorrow. Better yet, grow up. Like, it's people out here getting locked up and killed day in and day out. And half of the time, it's 14-year-olds, 15-year-olds, 16-year-old kids that just starting their life. And really with no direction is what really caused them to either lose their life or get put in a jail cell. So my target audience right now, I would say is, I wouldn't even say the youth, but people from the ages of about 15 up to about 21. I'm not saying if you, anybody else, you can't buy my clothes, but that's who I really want to push my message to let them know that it's really more to your life than just picking up a gun, sliding on somebody, going selling weed. Like, you can do so many other things with your talent. That's my target audience.
Mm-hmm. How do you stay consistent and motivated as a young entrepreneur?
Like I said before, social media. It was my biggest obstacle, but it's been recently my biggest help because I like making videos now. And I like putting out content to my people. So really getting outside, getting in with my people, that's what keeps me consistent. I do content day, hopefully once a week, every week now. So just a structure and a plan on what I'm going to do with my week before I even get to the week ahead. That's what really keeps me consistent, keeping the schedule, things like that.
All right. And before you started your brand and to this present day here, are there any designers or brands that influence your work?
For sure. I don't know if y'all heard of them, but the main people that got me started with my clothing brand is a brand called God is Dope and World and Vision. They always have similar mindsets, and honestly, the first video that I seen was a World and Vision was on God is Dope page. It was a black and white video. They were sitting down and that man told them they could make it. And within that year's time, them boys were millionaires. Similar story, similar grind. Me, myself, I started my brand when I started my clothing brand in 2022, I was damn near dead broke. I spent my last $200 on my first set of samples, and I got like 10 pieces in the mail. So I had $200 in about 12 shirts. So my story was very similar to their story, and it resonated with me to let me know that I can really do something with this if I stay consistent and put it out there to the world. Your brand might start small, but if you putting the work in, it's not going to stay small.
Gotcha. Until you saying you spent your last 200 on 12 pieces of shirt, what was your mindset at that time? Your thought process?
I gotta double this up. Not gonna lie, at that time I was doing a bunch of stuff that wasn't right and wasn't something I want to speak about here, but I just put that mindset into something that's actually legal and can make me some good money. So there's still times that I'm broke. I'm not the richest man ever. I'm about to invest my last right now on the Black Friday. Well, not about to. I done invest my last right now. I got it back, but on the Black Friday sale, you know what I'm saying? Scary money ain't never gonna make you anything. That's how I look at things.
Alright. How do you balance your creativity with the business side of things?
My manager, which is my wife, well, at this time my fiance, but wife to be, that sometimes I might think something is hard as a mug, but that second set of eyes is gonna, bro, that shit whack. Like, I be needing to hear that sometimes. And even testing stuff out in my market alone. Like, I might make a design and I'll put out a couple, well, I used to do this. Right now I'm sticking with 2 designs that have been winning for me, and I'm just running it up on different pieces, multiple different pieces. Like right now it's winter, I'm about to drop some hoodies with the same design that I got my short sleeve shirts on, you know? Cause I'm really trying to push out my message. So I got hella designs in the bank, but y'all not gonna really see that until I get my feet on the ground again. Let my name be out there. Cause there really ain't no need for me to pit out all these clothes. Don't nobody really even know who I am. Like, I can sit in my iPad and design stuff all day, but if you don't know who royalty is or what I stand for, they ain't gonna shop with me. I want to get my name stamped first before I even start even thinking about letting out more designs. The first design I got, I paid a designer to make for me. I showed him an idea that I had, because I can always draw. I drew it out on paper, how I want the dove to be coming from the ashes, that, this, that, and the third. Like, I actually sat there and drew that, and he put it in his iPad and made it. And once he told me what I needed to do the same, because he wasn't really too consistent and he didn't even have a business for graphic design either. He was just something that he did in his spare time. I'm like, shoot, I can make my own designs, which came the Gleety that I made myself on not Procreate, but a cheap software that was actually free. I used the free trial. You guys might know it's called Killer, but you can go on there and just make about whatever you want for free before you even pay your $70 or whatnot, whatever package you decide to pick. But that's really how it came about for me.
Gotcha. What's the most valuable lesson you learned so far on your journey?
You can't rush the process. It's been times that I wanted to quit because my video only got 200 views. But then 2 videos later, I got 11K on. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if I wouldn't even got up today and made content. That would have been the end of my brand. You know what I'm saying? That's been one of my biggest obstacles. Staying consistent on low days.
Where do you see your clothing brand in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see me with my own department store in the mall. That's a big goal of mine. I used to work at a kiosk when I was in Charlotte, but one of my small goals, like micro goals, is to get me my own kiosk. But in 5 years, I see me opening a storefront. And I want to be in a popular mall in whatever city that I'm in. Which right now might be Myrtle Beach.
Yeah. How do you stay ahead of the trend in the fashion industry?
Once again, social media. Like, the people going to tell you what they want. Rather it's what you want to put out, your design can go on any piece. Like right now, this winter, one of the hottest things out are like the rugby polo shirts. And I got stuff in the works for that right now, but everybody is with like the knit material, oversized type thing. So just looking at other brands, it might sound crazy or like you copying, but you're really not. There's nothing new under the sun. I'm going to look at a brand that's already out here doing what I want to do, and I'm going to pick my own twist onto it with my brand. You can call it stealing, you can call it what you want, but it's been working and it's going to continue to work. So that's how I stay ahead. They've been out here, it's plenty of brands that in my niche that's been doing this for about 10, 20 years. So whatever they're doing is obviously working. Why would I go out here and try to reinvent the wheel? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Y'all can call it stealing, copying, whatever. I call it being smart.
All right. Next question. Can you share advice to any young entrepreneur looking to start their own clothing brand, and any advice for them on their journey?
This is advice for any entrepreneur, whether you got a clothing brand, whether you out here washing cars like my boy, or you out here working at Walmart, trying to get your own thing, working at Subway. No matter what you're doing, you need a mentor. Somebody that's already in the field that you want to be in and that can give you solid advice. Because everybody has a story, but you can find somebody that's real similar to you and been through the problems that you've been through, and it can avoid you having the hiccups that they had. It's like riding on the road. Once again, I'm going back to Brother Vision. I watch videos of these boys every day. I was at work yesterday watching their daily podcast, and what they said really stuck with me. Like, why you going to ride on the road with no GPS and you don't know where you're going? Like, you're going to be I can sit here and try to go to Cali. You know, I'm in South Carolina. So that's going to be damn near 2-3 day ride off the rip. Me going with no GPS, that's going to take me damn near 2 weeks to get there. But to make the trip easier, just turn on your phone, ask Siri, hey, how I get to downtown California? And she gonna give you an exact roadmap on what to do and how to get there. Put that same scenario onto whatever it is you're trying to do. Right now, my dog Peasy, I can call this man up 3 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. Cause I know he up doing the exact same thing I'm doing. And I can ask him a random question. Hey bro, you ever had to do such and such and such? Hey man, yeah, hell yeah, all you gotta do, shit like that. Don't find shame in asking somebody for help, especially somebody that already been where you are and is where you want to be in, if that makes sense. get you a mentor. That's the best advice I can tell anybody trying to start any type of business. You need a mentor.
Gotcha. And following up with the mentor can lead you to success. What does success mean to you as a clothing brand owner?
Once again, success for me is leaving generational wealth for my grandkids, great grandkids. My daddy, he blessed me. Not even my daddy, my great granddaddy. I live on land that I've been blessed with since about that early 1900s. Like, this land has been in my family, but I don't want to just pass the stuff down that was given to me. I want to add more value onto that and be able to pass down more than just what I was given. But that just feels like to me, I'm just keeping the stuff rolling. Who's to say my son even wants this? You know what I'm saying? I want him to be able to pick and choose what they want to do, how they want to live their life, have multiple decisions and options. Honestly, just build generational wealth. If I can do that, I would say I've been successful in my life when my eyes closed.
Gotcha. And when issuing out your clothing brand to the public, how do you ensure the quality and sustainability in your products?
I'm a micromanaging type of person. So right now, half of my clothes come from manufacturer, but I got stuff that I still make with a heat press at the crib. So I know every single dimension, every inch on my size chart, how much all the pieces weigh. You got to micromanage everything to make sure your quality is above for me. So I won't wear it myself. I'm not going to sell it to none of my customers. And before I even pick stuff up for sale, I give a couple pieces away. If you can't give it away, you ain't going to be able to sell it to nobody. So just like you see my boy, he got on a sweatsuit that was gifted to him, and you can go outside and plenty of people going to be like, damn, where you got that from? When I get reactions like that, that's how I know I'm doing something right.
It just don't come with a gun though. Alright, let me see.
And these old suits, when I drop the new ones,
limited editions, y'all will never get.
Never see these.
If y'all want these, they're going to end up costing a grip if you want to get your hands on one of these.
One of one's real, like Jordan said, these is the team player packs. The Oregon pack I can do. I bet I never see this for sale. I know who sold it.
So like speaking about going back to seeing yourself in 5 years, basically speaking on the future, are there any upcoming projects or launches you're excited about? And can you explain them or talk about them?
Dropping these sweatsuits next month.
Yeah.
My goal has been to make at least one drop a month. It sounds simple, but trust me, that is hard. Getting everything lined up on time, having all the stuff in especially when it's coming from Pakistan. One of my main manufacturers right now is in Pakistan. That is across the globe. So these sweatsuits came out last year. I did a photo shoot, simple stuff. I don't even think I dropped the photo shoot because truth be told, I don't like how these look. It's simple stuff that's off on the sweatsuits. It's the reason why I didn't even fit it out. By the time I got the stuff in and was ready, it wasn't even winter no more. So I just set it out to the side and been micromanaging it just about all year to the point where I got my mock-ups perfect. I'm about to get the samples in now, and they're going to be dropping before the new year. The goal is to have them in on my wife's birthday, which is December 28th, and that's when I plan on dropping 3 days after Christmas. So you can get y'all, I know everybody don't do Christmas shopping. I'm going to have a list up for my access list, early access list like I always do to the SMS list, however you want to market it. But I have a list up of people that want to get in early. You can get your pieces early, but they dropping on December 28th. Version 2 of these sweatsuits you see I got on.
Gotcha. And some of your biggest role models?
I'm a YouTube guru. Every day, YouTube University is my friend. I watch World Division daily. My boy Hollywood Shaq, he be pitting on. The first ebook I ever bought was from The Real Tez. I went on his Shopify. I bought a pre-built $20 Shopify store because I'm doing my next drop on Shopify online. I ain't online yet. I've been doing straight hand-to-hand sales, pop-up stuff like that. But my first drop is going to be, my first online drop is going to be with a pre-built Shopify store I brought from the Real Tez. You can follow him on Instagram. Y'all need to check him out if you're an entrepreneur. You can't say you're an entrepreneur and don't follow other entrepreneurs. But that's my top 5 right now. It's got to be, for one, ain't none of this would be going on without God is Dope. They the originators of black clothing, popping out with your streetwear brand. That stuff. You can't say you don't get no inspiration from you. After God is Dope, it gotta be World Division. And from there, I watch The Real Ted's about twice a week. Hollywood Shack. And he got a friend under him. I don't think they're linked, but they call it the Ecom Market. I might be having the name wrong, but they're pretty dope too.
All right. And to close this segment out, any shout outs or remarks you would like to say?
First of all, I gotta shout out the Most High, Big God. She is the greatest. You can call him she, he. God's the girl. But I gotta shout out God before anything. And after then, most definitely gotta shout out my old lady. She do nails in the area. If y'all need any fingernails, toenails, she do all of that. You can find her on IG at get.a.grip304. And after that, I gotta shout out my boy Iambocka. This is the first podcast I've ever been on, and hopefully it ain't the last.
All right, we done.